Hi folks, and welcome back to the channel. And I thought I'd cover something that perhaps I'd stirred up a little bit of people's emotions within the last few weeks. And one of them was putting an advert or a sort of post on social media. So if you've not seen it, it was on Instagram, and also put it on the community tab on YouTube, and it said, "My van is for sale. Let me know if you're interested." And that was that. And then literally within like a day or two, I thought, no. And I'd had a bit of an epiphany, which was, it wasn't really the van that I wanted to kind of get away from, if you like. Although I'll spin back to a part of that in a minute. It was this concept of keep making the same sort of videos over and over again. So what do I mean by that? So the concept of you get in your camper van or motorhome, you pick up your camera, and then you go out and do something, film it, edit it, and put it out as a video. And then, as I said at the time, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And I've enjoyed doing that for like the last, I don't know, I mean, this year's my 10th year on YouTube, and about probably 8 years of that I've made sort of travel videos, and I really enjoy filming part of most of it, and I enjoy the editing side of it as well. And I also enjoy the little community side of things. We exchange ideas. There's always someone who's done something different, and you go, "Ooh, that's clever, I'm going to do that." Of which I may have done a couple, and then loads of other people that have done that as well. And we all sort of like, it's a good sort of way of sharing ideas to make the concept of travel or van building or living in a van or whatever that much easier. And obviously, if you found a great way, then YouTube is a great platform to share these hints and tips or whatever. But as far as travel content creation, it's saturated, and it's a very simple sort of format. I was having a chat with a friend recently, and he said that you kept the same format throughout all your videos. Did the format work for you? And he meant the way that I sort of edited a video. For example, when Mandy and I were traveling a motorhome, it was always, there'd be an element of shots through the front of the windscreen. There'd be an element of us chatting to camera while we walk around somewhere. Nice B-roll showing places where we were, drone shots. And then something like, sort of going out and eating out, or Mandy cooking something, or me cooking something, or whatever. And then with a nice little bit of a chatty bit at the end that says, literally was like a little bit of a recap of what we've done in the video, along with maybe a sneak into what's happening next in next week's video kind of thing. And I guess there's two things that impacted why that kind of format didn't work anymore. One was the changes between Mandy and I traveling in two vans, which just allows us to be a bit more independent with our travel. Still happily married, 30 years, in about 2 weeks time, celebrating our 30-year wedding anniversary. But yeah, having the two vans allows us to travel our own ways. And surprisingly for me, on this trip that we've been out for the last few months, and Mandy's done more of the travel that I thought that she might want to go and sit near a beach, while I went up in the mountains and did all the weird stuff. But now she's enjoyed that as well. So you might argue, well, maybe you should just do this in one van, which was the thing that went around my head, and I'll get to that in a minute, sort of thing. And I guess the second thing that's really sort of like changed is I don't know how to really explain this, but the sort of 4 or 5 years of doing this, so in our 5th year of traveling around in a motorhome, in a camper van or whatever, and obviously filming what we do, I guess I'm not going to say that the shine's gone off it, because it's not. I mean, I don't know if you've seen, but you can find some epic, amazing places to go to and things to do, you know, in just the easiest places to get to in Europe. It's not hard to find good places to go and see and epic things to do. However, I think what's happened is, looking back over the videos, because I do like to analyze things. I mean, part of every job that I've done has been a degree of sort of analyzing processes and improving performance where possible, you know, in design of electrical systems and electrical architecture, and also networking architecture. So there's always something in my brain that goes, can you do this better? And I guess what I've seen by looking at the back catalogue of all the videos that I've ever done, I'm trying to work out, you know, why would there be a reason why views are going down? Is there something you can do better? And obviously I explained why views are going down in the John and Mandy recent video. So if you've not watched that one, I'll link it down below. It's called Finn, because it was the final of the channel of travel videos. A lot of people got confused that we're shutting the channel down. No, we're not. And nor are we deciding to never produce any video content again. You know, proof right here now. But moreover, it's a very, very, very clear message that the travel video just isn't working out. And like I say, I've analyzed all that, and I think if you were to class it as like a honeymoon period, so anything that you do new, there's a period of excitement, and you know, everything is sort of tingling to sort of, you know, go out and do new things, and yeah, like a honeymoon period. And I guess I am past the honeymoon period. I love where I go. I love choosing the places that I want to go to. Don't forget, you know, 99% of the time, we go to places that we've chosen to go to. No one else is telling us where to go. And therefore, you know, you could always argue, well, if you find somewhere that's naff, John, and you've only got yourself to blame. If you can't make a nice video of where you've found, then either you're crap at making videos or you're crap at choosing where to go. There's another element in that, and this sort of loops back into the van side of things, and that is, and I hate to say it, but an element of boredom. And I don't mean boredom in terms of I've got nothing to do. I mean boredom in terms of lack of stimulation. And going back to the concept of, you know, the honeymoon period, everything's exciting, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you've guessed this, but, you know, some people may not. I need to be doing things that keep my mind active and stimulate me to carry on doing it. And I kind of got through this idea in my head that, right, I think I've taken my van, this van, as far as I can with modifications to go to the places and do the things that I wanted to do. So do I say, right, okay, then I'll sell the van and start another project? Do sell the van and just buy a motorhome like the motorhome we used to have? And if I were to do that, you know, would Mandy and I go back to having one motorhome? So no, Mandy and I are not going back to one motorhome, because Mandy's quite happy with the sort of like living in or traveling around together, but having our own separate vans at the moment. That was very clear from Mandy, and I think it works far better between us as well. So yeah, that's not going to change. One of us might change the vehicles, because Mandy, since talking about this, has thought, you know what, maybe she needs a bigger vehicle to carry more things around with her, or just a bit more space. There was a chat about her having my van. I then sell her van and build something new. And just for, you know, sort of like shits and giggles on that one, well, I looked into doing truck bed campers, demountables, I think you might call them as well. I looked at just building a new van, straight sort of like, you know, just go and get another panel van like I've done with this one and build it out. Slight modifications maybe, but ultimately I think I'd end up with something that's very close to what I've got now. So what's the point in doing that was a kind of bit in my head. If I was to get the motorhome kind of, size or layout that I've had previously, then yeah, it'd be nice, get that huge storage area in the boot. You can just go along there, chuck your bikes in, chuck your stuff in, and it's all ready and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that I could have taken the motorhome to as many places as I enjoyed driving this recently. And yes, that comes back to the argument of, I've taken this to the modification end of everything I needed to do to go and enjoy those places. And now I've been there, is that, enough? Do I need to keep doing the same thing, like making the same video? So do I need to keep going to these epic places and say, yeah, this is epic, if I'm not making a video about it? And the concept behind that is obviously a bit silly, because I don't do it to make videos, I do it for me. And I think I still would really enjoy this, a route that I've been told by a few people called the Smuggler's Route, and it's through Andorra, goes over the sort of Pyrenees area. And I've seen some like really big, like these sort of the truck overland vehicles doing that route. And I sort of think, well, if they can do it, I can do it in this. I know that most of those are possibly four-wheel drive as well, but I think I've proven now that you don't always need four-wheel drive. Choosing, obviously, to do it in the correct time of year, which gives you the best possibility for grip and everything else, and safety of not sliding off the side of a hill or something like that. And then just about airing down the tyres, and obviously an element of driver skill and just taking your time with things. So I think I could do the Smuggler's Route in this vehicle, but I don't think I could do it in the motorhome that we used to have. Although I took that to some epic places on the big trip that we did. Most of the time I would say that the tracks I was travelling on were nothing worse than just a little bit of a sort of grooved, washed out or washboardy track. Nothing like sort of like going over crests and all this kind of stuff. The stuff that I recently did on the the videos I've put out on John and Mandy, you can go check those out for a limited period only, because they might be going down quite soon, because I want to regress the channel back to the final video that I put out. So there's a bit of an insight into what's coming next as well. So I think we're going to stick with two vans. Whilst Mandy said that she liked the idea of having my van because it gives her more space and it's built, and then she can just like, make changes as she wants. Probably things like remove all the vinyl wrap and paint it all the nice colours that she likes, put knobs on the doors and things like that, functionality stuff. And then I build a van again. And that takes me through that concept of stimulation and the ability to keep busy, keep my mind occupied, do something new, etc, etc. So that, it's still a possibility. We haven't ruled it out yet that we might do something like that. Who knows? But I did want to raise quite a few sort of like points in it, and one of them was people keep saying, is the van for sale? Right now, probably not actually, because if I wasn't to have this van, then it's highly likely that Mandy will have it. So yeah, that's that clarified. And as far as future travel video ideas or making YouTube videos, I've got a couple of series I'm lined up for this channel, one of which I don't think more than about 5 people have ever asked me about, but hey, no one ever asked me about half the videos I've made, so I still make them and people still watch them. So yeah, but yeah, I'm going down a route of setting up a new channel, and for all the reasons that I outlined in the video over on John and Mandy channel, Finn, for the reason why there is no point running a YouTube channel on YouTube, which has a whole heap of subscribers, that gets diminishing views on every video sort of thing. This channel has been there, like I say, it's been around for sort of like, this is in its 10th year now, and yet it might look like it's a big channel, but if you look at the views on average, it's probably 10,000 views thereabouts, something like that. So it's still suffering from the same issue as the John and Mandy channel, but this is my hobby channel. So a lot of people said, you know, like, well, don't quit YouTube, you still make videos. And this is my hobby channel. This is my original channel, and that's why I won't ever stop making videos. And, you know, the videos I've got lined up, I think are going to be quite good videos. And the new channel, I'm going to carry on making travel content, but in a different way. And you might ask, well, why just didn't you do that on the John and Mandy channel, eh, John? And for the reasons why I talked about on the John and Mandy channel, because I don't know if all, you know, 56,000 subscribers on that channel would watch the video, or even if half of them would watch the videos, because the new concept channel that I'm setting up, travel channel, isn't based on me being the character in the video. It's more open. It's more of a suggestive content rather than this is what I did. So it's going to be based on travel, but moreover about sort of helping people travel. I don't want to give too much away. And when I've got that channel set up and the first few videos out, then I will come on here and give it a shout out. And you are more than welcome to come over. But please don't subscribe to that channel. Crucially, if you get what I'm saying here, don't subscribe to that channel if you think, no, this video isn't for me. Because obviously that then harms, you know, the algorithm and everything else. But hey ho. I'm hoping anyway that I can get 1,000 of you to subscribe, and you know, whatever it is, 40,000 or 4,000 watch hours or whatever it is, quite quickly. So the content I'm putting out on that channel is going to be you know, aimed at getting those quick subs and quick views, so that channel can be monetized, because as soon as the channel's monetized, I know then that YouTube will start pushing the content out because it'll earn money from the videos. So there we go. It's a weird platform to be on right now, to understand how YouTube works best for both YouTube and the creator. And as I like making YouTube videos, which I've always made very clear, so I don't understand why people thought I was quitting YouTube, but because I like making YouTube videos, I'm willing to understand the way the platform works and produce content that I think is really good and I'm happy about and I'm proud to make, but also in a way that I know YouTube will push and viewers hopefully will like, and that is to stick rather on the sort of entertainment side of things, to push out how-to style of videos instead. So more infotainment than entertainment, if you catch my drift anyway. So yeah, that was the premise of this little video. It was just to talk about that. Like I say, I have got a couple of other things I want to talk about, which are going to come up soon. And again, they're more of like a how-to kind of stuff. But I just wanted to, yeah, just sort of, I guess, reset a little bit to talk about the elephant in the room, the van. Am I selling it? And also to cover the, you know, the stuff on John and Mandy channel where everyone thinks, oh, you're quitting YouTube. No, I'm just stopping making travel videos. I was quite specific about that, stopping making travel videos on that channel. But that does mean that we can do many other things on that channel. So yeah, who knows, you might find us on that channel looking around a motorhome showroom soon. If it, you know, seems that one of us wants to change vans. But yeah, I think there was an element of, you know, jumping the gun. I can be a little bit, you know, sort of bit like that, and shouldn't have put out the post. Yeah, fair enough. But I did want to explain it, that it isn't like I'm quitting YouTube, it's getting rid of the van, all that kind of stuff, which a lot of messages have had, kind of people saying that same thing. It is just the fact that I've reached a point where I think I can carry on just doing the rinse repeat thing, and I need something else. So who knows, it might be a motorhome that I then redesign and build out again, it might be a van that I rebuild, or it just might be that, you know, the video series and plans I've got for this channel and the new channel stimulates me enough to, you know, make me want to carry on making videos and everything else. But travel won't stop. You know, I like travel. I like going places. I like sort of planning it and understanding where I'm going to go, and seeing all the different cultures we get to go and see and experience. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm a big guy, I'm not going to argue this one. All the lovely foods and everything like that you get to experience wherever you go. And you wouldn't get that if you didn't travel in the way that, you know, you can travel in a campervan or motorhome. So for that reason, well, not that reason on its own, because that just sounds like John wants to get fat on tour. John is fat on tour. Maybe that should be the new channel name, but it's more of a foodie channel. Who knows? Videos are going to be coming soon. And yeah, when I've got the other channel done, I'll let you know. And yeah, don't unsubscribe from the John and Mandy channel if you are interested in what John and Mandy might get up to. I say she's right there right now editing her video. But yeah, the John and Mandy make travel videos together. Well, they just, you know, live out everyday life. Has run its course for me. Mandy's still going to be making the videos, of which she keeps pointing the camera in my face a lot more now. Because we always tried not to duplicate the content, so it's fair enough. Whereas I'm not recording anything like that anymore, although I am still recording stuff, because I also want to keep a track of where I've been, what we did and things like that, but more for my personal use. And probably, and this might give you a hint about some of the things that I've mentioned on the new channel coming soon, is that I will obviously still need you know, travel-ish type of content. I'll need scenic content, or, you know, b-roll content or whatever to make those videos. So I'm still recording wherever we're going. They're just not appearing in my version of a travel video anymore. I'm sure that over the coming months everything will be much clearer. So there we go. But yeah, like I say, I did want to come on and just talk to you about my van sale, the John and Mandy channel bits, and what's coming next. And obviously to say thanks for sticking around. And yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, you'll start to see some of the other little bit of videos that I've been thinking of. And we'll see how those pan out, folks. You know, as ever is, all this stuff on YouTube, it's all a bit of an unknown. No one can ever make a video and say, this is going to be, you know, everyone's going to want to watch this one. I'm going to avoid that word of, you know, VI, whatever, because, you know, screw the algorithm. Right, okay, folks, take care, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.